Hello and welcome into the final edition of the Citrus Preps
2019
podcast for the school year. We'll be back in the fall when school gets started up again. But before we get into all the meat and potatoes of the show, just once again want to thank everybody for their support during this first go-round of Citrus Preps. Had a fantastic year, and we expect to be back next year doing it just a little bit bigger and a little bit better. So,
hope so.
The complaint department, I understand. But
it's closed.
Yeah, it's closed. But we will be back next year and look forward to covering sports again in Citrus County and giving these young men and women and the coaches and the staff who work so hard the coverage that they deserve.
Yes,
so
and kudos to you for being out there on the sites, going out there watching high school football and football, baseball and soccer and everything else you do.
Nothing like it. And part of the reason why you do it is to watch these young men and women try to excel and do the best they can and enjoy their sport. And speaking of excelling, just went final a little over maybe an hour ago from down in Vero Beach. Congratulations to the Crystal River softball team. As you take a look at this, a 2-0 winner over Rockledge. Jaden Vickers, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, a shutout, 14 Ks. This was a tight one throughout. Crystal River scores 2 in the 6th inning, and again, Vickers gets the job done on the mound, and now they are off to the Class 6A state championship game coming up tomorrow against Sebring. So an opportunity for a state championship for the Crystal River girls softball team. Congratulations to Coach Dion Copeland and his young ladies. They will play for a state championship tomorrow, and that's exciting stuff, Mike. They've had a great run through the postseason. They had a very good regular season too.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've put it together. They've been pretty dominant defensively. Vickers leading the way, towing the rubber for Crystal River. She has been absolutely fantastic. Timely hitting. They've won some extra inning games,
and they do the things they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of bunts in this one in the 6th inning. It's no score, and you got to. I mean, and that's the thing when you got someone like Vickers on the mound, you're probably playing for one run.
Yep.
And as soon as they got that second one across, I'm sure it was like, okay, let's
keep the calm, keep the emotions down.
We'll play. Okay. We got to stay another night in a hotel. We got to get ready for the game tomorrow. Okay, it's good. So congratulations. It's.
I think you do have a call in to Coach Copeland. Hopefully he'll call in.
Yeah, hopefully he can call us back and we can talk to him real quick before the show ends. If not, we certainly do wish them the best of luck. Absolutely a great run. And we talked about it before. The opportunities to win a state championship at any level in any sport are few and far between. It's not easy to do. Congratulations, as we talked about a few weeks ago, to the Citrus weightlifting team. They took home a state title, and I mean, you could have 2 in Citrus County this year, team titles, which would be absolutely fantastic. And
I think that would be, each school now would have a team state title to their on their board in their wall of fame, because Lecanto had one for the soccer, you'd have one here for Citrus
first
wrestling.
Was wrestling, and now Crystal River. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So best of luck to Coach Copeland, his staff, and those young ladies. Now 1 win away from the ultimate prize. That's something you will talk about for the rest of your life. Definitely. You will have class reunions, and you will talk about this weekend and these few weeks where you went through the postseason. Nothing quite like it. So,
and also, if we're not going to be on the air, next week, but follow us on Twitter and follow him on Citrus Preps on Facebook, and a lot of things that you can see. And then we'll find out tomorrow whether they're going to be a state championship team or not.
Yeah, good luck. And as we talk about softball, baseball season came to an end. Boy, disappointing loss.
Yeah.
I mean, and not disappointing for Seven Rivers in terms of the totality of the season. A young team, as Coach Phillips talked about. We had that story. But, I mean, when you're that close, you're tantalizingly close. You have a lead in a game on the road to go to the Final Four. It hurts. But still, I mean, big picture, Coach Phillips talked about, I think, 10 sophomores on that team who will be juniors. It's the future's certainly bright, but like we always talk about as well, you never know when you're back there. Yeah, exactly. You just you don't bank on it. You don't say, well, we've got a good group of sophomores, so next year will be great, or the year after that will be great as well. So we will see real quick, and pardon us, but we'll take a quick phone call here. And how you doing?
Hello.
You there, caller? No, we're not getting it, Mike. We'll I'll step aside.
Okay.
You handle this real quick.
I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but I want to say, Chris River, the team that we looked at, and I think there's a coach we're trying to get, and that's Coach Copeland coming in on the line, and that's what Brett's trying to do, and we're going to try to patch him in as he talks about his season. But like I said, anytime you get a state championship opportunity, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. All right. Are you there, Coach? We'll try to get Coach on here real fast.
There we go.
All right. Can you hear us, Coach?
I can hear you.
All
right. Perfect. That's Dion Copeland, the head softball coach of the Crystal River Lady Pirates. They get the job done today. We'll post that score one more time. And, Coach, I mean, you get a 2-0 win, a couple of runs in the 6th inning, and Jaden Vickers does what Jaden Vickers does all year. Just talk about this game and what it's like for you and your young ladies to just be one win away.
Well, we go back to what we talked about all through districts, and that's just focusing in on, not to be cliches, but taking one game at a time and enjoy the moment that we're in. And these girls have left it all on the field every game they've played. Extra innings in multiple games, winning the close games, and doing what it takes to win. And, of course, Jaden Vickers in the circle, 15 strikeouts today, outstanding job. 6th inning was able to manufacture some runs, put the ball in play, key people stepped up and forced the team to make some plays, and we were able to capitalize on some of our mistakes and came away with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were just talking about before you called in. I mean, this team has been on a great run in the playoffs. You had a great regular season, but you get to the state tournament, and like you talked about, they sort of found a way to will themselves to wins in all different sorts of ways. It's not easy to come from behind and score in the last inning of a game. It's not easy to go through extra innings. But when you see your team do that, as a coach, do you sort of get that feeling like, maybe I'm watching something pretty special here?
Hey, this is a special group of girls. Again, yeah, they believe they can win, even if they're down 2 runs coming in the last inning. Key people step up. We get a walk. Kaylee is able to hit a home run. Other games, last game, I think Amber got a walk and then was able to move her around, blooper over second base hit head. We score a run. They find a way to manufacture, and they believe that they're going to win. And with these girls, it's all heart. At this point in time, they don't flinch.
Yeah, Coach, that's a great point there. It's a combination effort, and you're talking about multiple people at different games, at different points in different games, coming through in the clutch and actually making something happen. And that's, you're not just relying on one person, even though Jaden Vickers is the key on the mound, but you've got some other people doing some offensive effort there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even today, coaches talked about if we had a bunt situation that would happen, that we were going to make a change, and we put Gracie Ping in, and she was able to get a bunt down and dance the runner, and actually almost beat it out to first. Which started the spark there in that inning for us, and we were able to capitalize with a couple more bunts and moving people around and able to score.
Talking to Dion Copeland, he is the head girls softball coach at Crystal River. The Crystal River Lady Pirates win their 6A state semifinal game against Rockledge today, 2-0. They will play for the state championship against Sebring tomorrow. And I guess relax, enjoy tonight, get something to eat, but a little bit of scouting too as you get ready, or is it as simple as this late in the year we just do what we do and we think we can beat anybody if we're at our best?
Well, we tell the girls right now, again, take it one game at a time, enjoy the moment. These girls, we're going to come back to the hotel, we're going to relax, have us some pizza, let kids be kids, and focus on what we need to do tomorrow. These girls have been playing ball since they were 10, 12 years old. They know what they're doing, and if we go in and we're able to hit and manufacture runs, and we got Jaden in the circle, I think, it gives us a chance to be competitive in any game we play. And as I reach out here now, I'd like to reach out to all our Citrus County fans from Crystal River. Some of the support we have gotten from our community has been outstanding. The text, the Facebook post blowing up. I mean, as soon as the game ends, I'm getting congratulations from everybody. Thank them for being behind us 100%. Do it without them. We couldn't be here without them. And I'd like to shout out to them and say thank you.
Yeah, it's a great community, and I mean, what would it be like to bring home a state title to this school? Because I mean, you talk about the talent. I mean, the baseball and softball in this county. These young ladies who grow up playing Little League and some travel softball as well. I mean, this is a county that can compete outside in this state all the time, and to be able to bring home a state title would be magnificent. But there's a lot of talented young ladies that grow up playing softball in this area, and I'm sure you've seen that running through your program.
Oh, absolutely. My girl and these girls on the team started out playing softball at Crystal River Little League, moved on to play some travel ball. My assistant coach and I got together and got a travel ball team, and some of these girls have been able to be a part of that and been successful and made a name for themselves. And the Mud Dogs made a name for themselves as being very competitive. And that most of them girls came from Crystal River and Citrus County. So I think it speaks volumes for the programs that we develop and the kind of talent that we enforce even from our Little League programs on up.
Well, Coach, from us old guys have been Citrus County as a long time. We're really proud of you guys. As a Pirate alum, I am extremely proud of the Pirate girls going down there and just being into this final, and hopefully we can come away with a win tomorrow.
Absolutely. We look forward to it, and hopefully we're able to have this celebratory conversation tomorrow and talk about how our girls did.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Dion Copeland of the Crystal River Girls softball team. Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the pizza party. It's going to be a heck of a night down there, and hopefully the traffic from Crystal River down to Vero Beach picks up between now and tomorrow. That would be fantastic to see.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what. For the traffic that came down here today, it was standing room only behind our dugout and in our stands for the support that we had for people coming down today. And I know we have just as many or more coming down tomorrow. And again, I thank them all for the support that they give us because it helps our bond and builds our strength. So thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Coach, and congratulations, and one more, and bring home a state championship trophy to Citrus County. Best of luck.
Citrus Preps is proud of you, Coach.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Good talking.
You too. That is Dion Copeland. He is the head girls softball coach, and appreciate him calling us. I mean, he's been busy. Like you said, he's been busy, and congratulations.
Thanks for calling in, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. It fantastic, and as we said, just one win away, and he's got Jaden Vickers in the circle again. I mean, you go to bed tonight thinking probably need one run to win a state title. We can do it.
We can manufacture something like that.
Yeah, they might be able to. So, real quick before we end our final edition, tough loss for the Seven Rivers baseball team, but a great run. Another tough loss by the Dunellen baseball team as they go down to Jesuit, a perennial power. And I mean, no disappointment in that. Spring football games.
Oh, wait, real quick, I want to mention Hernando Leopard, 2 ladies softball
lose today.
There was 6-1.
Yeah.
To Cape Coral, so they were outside of the Final Four. But hey, they got down there too. It's another local club that's around this area that the girls play around too. So that's a good. Kudos for them to get into the Final Four.
Again, talk about the baseball and softball in this area. It's again, Dunellen makes it as far as they did in the state. I mean, Hernando baseball has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Springstead baseball has been very good. I mean, it's not surprising because as Coach Copeland talked about, there's a lot of these young men and women who grow up in Crystal River and Central Citrus and Inverness and play Little League and then go on to travel ball. Baseball, softball in this area is very, very good and only going to get better, I would assume, as the years move on. Spring football games, just real quick. Hard to tell because you don't know how many minutes each one of the kids are playing. I think it was a very big win, not in terms of score. It wasn't score, but just for the confidence of the Citrus High football team.
A new coach, new system. Yeah, I totally agree with that statement.
And it's to win, establish what you're doing as a staff, and have the kids buy in. I mean, you go out there and lose and don't look good. Sometimes it could just cause some heads to drag down and go, oh boy. But
am I going to work hard this summer?
Yeah, but all this does is just create that enthusiasm and that hunger even more. Crystal River gets a last-second touchdown to knock off Williston. We've talked
new names coming out of there too.
Well, that's what we talked about. Who are they they going to be?
Exactly.
Because, Breston is a guy coming back who played a lot last year, but there's going to have to be some other kids step up, and there were a few for Coach Lowry and his team, and that's what you're looking for. A back and forth game for Lecanto. I think you saw some sparks offensively from the Panthers in their game against Lakewood Ranch, and that's one of the things I think Coach Harper is looking for with his Panthers is we need some guys to step up and be difference makers on offense. We need some more of those big splash plays, and I think there was a little bit of that last week, which again will create some enthusiasm going into the summer.
Yeah, they had some pop coming out, occasional couple plays here busted open, and that's what they want to have. They want to be able to see that's capable of doing that, and they can make that happen at any given point, and that's what Coach was trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So that pretty much puts an end to the high school coverage for the year. As we said, we'll be back in the fall. It'll start with our fall sports previews. You'll see us online on YouTube with that, and then we'll be back with our podcasts, and then be back with our game of the week on Friday nights.
Before you go, I want to make sure that everybody knows how to get in touch with us. If they do want to advertise next year with football, with anything other sports, and we're going to put some pamphlets. You'll see it on our Facebook page. You can contact myself or Brett, and just let us know that you would like to be involved and try to support these this.
Absolutely.
What we're trying to do for the Citrus County schools is to give them more notoriety on the internet, making sure that people are being seen. The videos out there, they're very high quality. Brett does a great job with that. So if you're interested in that for next year, give us a call here or give us a shout out on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, get a hold of us. We'll get a hold of you, and we'll be around trying to get some support from the community because we know it's there. We know how important high school sports is in Citrus County, and like Coach Copeland just said, the support he's getting from the text message, it's there. So if you'd like to help us out, we'd love to have it. But we'll be back next year. Looking forward to another great year of high school athletics.
Game of the week.
Yeah, game of the week. Looking forward to
a live high school football game.
Yeah, we're hoping to carry that through football, basketball, baseball, softball season, and some volleyball in there, and as well, and soccer. So, and certainly want to do it and need the support of the community. We know it's out there, and looking forward to it. Real quick, we'll just end it as we do with some national or at least regional stuff. Bucks, Gerald McCoy. We knew that was coming. Ndamukong Suh
called that
is coming in. Averages less sacks per game than McCoy did.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not really. It's like a flip flop for less money, basically, is what it is.
Now you're bringing in a new attitude. A different attitude.
Is an actual great word for that.
Played in the Super Bowl. Does that mean anything?
Yeah.
And wasn't a big distraction to the Rams.
That's true.
So maybe there's some change. Like I read somewhere, if you're going to bring in Ndamukong Suh, you better have arrogance as the coach. That's kind of the way it works.
Somebody who can actually, pop him and tell him what to do and not to do and how to do it.
So we'll see. The baseball tournaments in the NCAA are going on. Not looking good for Florida and Florida State. Florida State probably will still get in the baseball tournament, but they don't look like the Mike Martin career is coming to an end.
That's
quickly.
Sad too. I'd like to see him go.
That's disappointing. Yeah, they're not going to host a regional. They won't host a super regional more than likely, and so he's going to. He ended it last week or a couple weekends ago with a home series against Richmond. That's just also kind of speaks to the state of where the program is.
True.
It's
new blood.
Exactly, and we'll see what happens there. Tough year for the Gators. They're just so used to Omaha, and now to potentially not even make it to the regionals.
Something weird about that. A little fishy on that, so I don't know what's going to happen.
You don't like it? You think that you worried about Coach O'Sullivan?
I'm not worried. There's some kind of vibe that's a different vibe that I'm getting this year than it was past year. So
hard to stay at that level, right?
It is.
But in college baseball, we see more in baseball than other sports. Kind of the same teams are there, right?
Yeah.
But it's. We'll find out in the next year or so. Is this just an anomaly, or as Mike unearthed something big with the program? We shall see.
That's from the vibe. It's a vibe. It's nothing that I reported on.
Oh, okay. Just a feeling you get. We'll see. So,
opinion.
Rays continue to they're kind of leveling off here. They got to get it going as we move into the meat of the summer.
Yankees was really kind of
two of them.
Yeah,
home and away, they didn't look good.
Well, the first one was even worse, and the second one got blown out. So
they got to keep it going in the right direction. The battle continues for the stadium issue. It doesn't look good. Now you got the mayors of St. Pete and Tampa yelling back and forth at each other. That's always good for coming together as a community, getting a stadium bill. I like.
Can you say Canada, here I come?
I mean, there's lots of options. Sternberg, referenced it. This becomes a bigger issue the closer you get to that time.
Yep.
And it's an issue.
They will not be in St. Pete. I would put it that way.
Then where? They're not going to be in. Not going to be in downtown Homosassa either.
No, they're not.
So,
I would love that. God, that would be great.
I mean, you've got some land right here.
We'll talk about it.
You want to build it?
23 acres. We'll figure it out. That's all we need.
If you build it, the parkway's going straight through to Georgia now, so you've got a lot of traffic.
That's very true.
Coming right here.
Easy ride.
Yeah, it certainly is. So, and we'll keep an eye on obviously college football as we get ready for the fall. Should be hopefully a much improved year for the Gators and the Seminoles.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. A new look in Miami, and can UCF redo what they've been doing, and where's Charlie Strong in USF? They just signed a 3-year with Alabama. And UCF doesn't like those 2-for-1 deals. They're opposed to it. But USF's got some big name opponents on the schedule. If you can win one or two of those games a year, you put yourself in position. But they're fighting an uphill battle with their own stadium issues being off campus. But we'll
Brett,
see.
Just want to tell everybody thank you very much for tuning in.
We enjoyed
this year.
it. Yeah,
have a good time out there with the kids, and we love to showcase their talents and make sure that they're getting some kudos out there for what they do and what they strive to do. And we appreciate you tuning in. Just follow us over the summer on Twitter and Facebook. Right. You'll be able to see our starting point for our video cast.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we're going through it and what we're going to do and the plans for next season. But we'll be back and look forward to another successful season. So for Mike Deem, I'm Brett Dudson. Look forward to talking to you guys again in the fall.